A couple of months ago, I experienced something I really hoped I wouldn't have to experience again, and that is burnout. Now, granted, the first time it happened, I couldn't get out of bed for months or feed myself, and it took me well over a year to recover from. This time, I feel like it was more of a lighter version, but the same feelings of a loss of sense of purpose, having complete apathy, and kind of just losing myself, really. All those feelings return. So I wanted to make this video about everything I wish I knew the first time that I got burnt out, and everything I've done so far to recover. It's been a couple of months and I feel so much better than I did. What I used to think I needed when I was burnt out was to just take infinite amounts of rest. And my understanding of rest at the time was that I would just lay in bed and do nothing, or watch films, or just doom scroll, or just like do as little as possible. However, what I've learned is that a lot of my personal feelings of burnout, and I've heard other people talk about it, is actually a loss of control in an area of your life. So let's say if you have uncontrollable, overwhelming amounts of work that you're struggling to get on top of, you have overwhelming amounts of stress maybe in your personal life where you feel completely out of control and you're unable to manage it, and that's kind of where it comes from. So this time around, rather than just doom scrolling or being completely dead to the world, I actually decided to take a few actions and to kind of figure out what it is that was making me feel burnt out. So I realized that I had neglected all the reasons why I made the decisions that I did last year to move to London, why I made the decision to get a 9-to-5 job. And I kind of got so wrapped up into this new role that I was playing that I sort of just forgot all the reasons why I made those decisions in the first place. Obviously, most of us don't have the luxury to just push our jobs to the side and not worry about it. But I did kind of mentally have to refocus and just accept that, okay, I've done everything that I can here, and I still need to make sure that I make the most of my time outside of it. So rather than just kind of isolating myself and doom scrolling and just focusing on this one thing that I actually like, it is beyond my control, started to just slowly come back to the things that I wanted to and needed to do in the first place. Now, the very first thing I did was go out, get drunk, and sing karaoke with my friends. At no point would I ever recommend using alcohol as a coping mechanism, but I realized that I just stopped going out and stopped having fun and doing the things that I used to enjoy. I had a really stressful few months at work, and I kind of ended up isolating myself. So that one drunken night was just a very simple way to bring back a little bit more joy into my life and realize that I actually have great people around me and things are not as bad as they seemed at the time. For you, if you've reached the point of burnout, going out and partying might not necessarily be your thing, but I would definitely do something that just brings you a lot of joy, that makes you feel more connected to other people around you or the things that you love. And that's exactly how this channel was born. That's exactly how I got back into making music more consistently and working on my tracks and learning new things. I started to go to masterclasses again. I went to one last night actually. It was a DJ masterclass. It was so much fun. So I just started to do the things that invigorate me and inspire me and make me happy, rather than laying down and waiting for the storm to pass. The key thing that helped me this time with burnout was actually not to just isolate myself and hoping that I would come back and feel better and be ready and motivated to do things again. It was actually to start living a fuller life and being more present and being more active in the things that I wanted to do. And that is still my way of prioritizing rest, but a different type of rest. A rest that actually makes me feel inspired, makes me feel like I'm moving forward, and makes me feel like I have a sense of purpose and I'm focusing on something that is entirely within my control. And also taking a bit of a practical approach to my life. I sort of just got into this headspace that everything was going really wrong and I was not enjoying my life or what I was doing anymore. And actually, that wasn't really the case. It's just the fact that I was so overwhelmed focusing on this one part of the equation that I missed everything else. So I hope this video was helpful and hopefully gave you a little bit more of a different perspective on managing burnout. And if you made it this far, first of all, thank you. And secondly, drop me a follow. I make videos all about becoming an artist in today's world.